I love you, and I'm not joking.
Happy birthday, Blue Peter, for your 40th anniversary.
Which makes Valerie Singleton, what, 64?
Yes, it's us again, the class of 71. And if you're thinking you haven't seen the three of us together for a long, long time, you're absolutely right.
It's 27 years since Pete, John and I sat on this seating unit together. It just hasn't worn at all, has it?
Didn't it? Yep.
We didn't think we'd be doing this again, but we decided to let bygones be bygones to celebrate the 40th anniversary of Blue Peter.
You know, not many people realise that Blue Peter is the longest continuously running children's show in Britain. The only other kids' show that's been around as long is Sooty. Actually, I have been asked by Sooty's minders to point out that this is not the real Sooty. We've got that clear? Jolly good. By the way, do you know what this is?
No.
Sooty with no clothes on.
What makes Blue Peter different, apart from the obvious that Sooty is a hand puppet and Pete is worked by strings,
Thank you.
is that Sooty's had several career breaks over the years, where the most we ever had was a summer expedition.
So tonight, here on BBC Two, we're marking our 40th birthday with a classic collection of comedy, intrigue and on-air disasters.
Plus, some of the off-screen scandals which have until now been kept from the public eye. Here's how the evening pans out.
We kick off the night with Carry On Blue Peter, a collection of bloomers and outrageous gaffes from the last 40 years, plus outtakes that have never been released from the BBC vault.
It's a Dog's Life is a whistle-stop history of the Blue Peter dogs, from the original Petra, who died and had to be replaced, through to Shep, Goldie and Bonnie. And hear how a certain lottery presenter slept with a golden retriever.
Then we get a well-earned break, but return after the watershed with Spoof Peter. Anyone who's anyone has done a sketch about us at some time, but we're not bitter. In fact, we've picked out some of the best.
Then it's time to batten down the hatches and send the kids out of the room. In BP Confidential, the truth will out. See your favourite presenters come clean about life on and off the screen.
In 1971, Blue Peter went on royal safari to Kenya with Princess Anne and visited a school which inspired that year's Blue Peter appeal. Last month, the Princess Royal returned to the school, and in a right royal reunion, she talks to me exclusively about her trip.
And to round off the evening, Dawn French returns as children's television presenter Bunty Breslaw in the classic comedy Murder at Tea Time. Find out how even in children's telly, jealousy, ego and menace reign supreme.
But the end of the evening is decided by you, when you get the chance to tell us what you think of Blue Peter, with a Battle of the Decades phone vote.
Were you a 1960s Blue Peter fan or a laid-back 70s kind of a viewer? Perhaps you preferred our go-getting 80s image or the considerate Blue Peter of the 90s. Well, we'll be opening the phone vote at 6:30, and at the end of the night we'll be showing the highlights from the most popular decade that you vote for.
So sit back, polish up your badges and revel in nostalgia as Blue Peter Night tells you all you ever wanted to know about the nation's favourite children's television show.